Welcome to the basics of residential green remodeling and new construction. This course is going to be covering the real basics of remodels, renovations, additions, rehabs, and new construction building across single family through multifamily, mid-rise, high-rise, and even mixed-use buildings. This course is approved for 2.5 hours of continuing education in GBCI, AIA-HSW, Mary Green, certified green professionals, certified green home certified professionals, as well as may be applicable to your state-based design or local contractor license. Today, and throughout these courses, I will be the presenter. My name is Brett Little, and I am the Executive Director at the Green Home Institute. The Green Home Institute is a Grand Rapids-based 501c3 nonprofit with the mission to empower people to make healthier and more sustainable choices in the renovation and construction of the places we live. You can learn more about us at greenhomeinstitute.org. And first of all, I have to say a huge thanks to our sponsors who allow us to do this. Anderson Windows, check them out for all of your clients' fenestration needs for new and existing homes, as well as Panasonic. Panasonic also handles many of your ventilation requirements for new and existing home strategies. So green building is on the rise. It's huge. As of 2018, we anticipate that it will be a over $200 billion market. And as far as activity over time, both single-family home builders and remodelers, as well as multifamily builders and designers, are just reporting a huge growth in the number of their projects that they would otherwise call green. And so, what does green, really mean? What does that imply? We know sometimes it has been getting thrown around like the word quality, which you see everywhere. And we've also seen a lot of issues with greenwashing going on. And so that's what we kind of want to do, is help define some of the real basics of green, which essentially is always a moving target. And to some degree, in the discussions we're having, it usually means above code. And so basically a code-built home, really is a barely legal home. It's the worst that you can squeak by on. And so, green is at its worst a barely legal home, and at its best, something that makes a space much more healthier and efficient for your clients. So the way we determine and go through green through these modules, we'll be looking at the 5 pillars of green building: energy, health, materials, water, and place. Depending on what program or book you're reading, sometimes you'll see more of these, up to 10 of them. Sometimes you'll see some of these broken up into different categories. Other times you might see things with less. And so, but we think that there's really a good number is 5 to keep in context, and to consider all of these holistically during your projects is really important, rather than just focusing on one more than the other. So the first one, and our longest module, Module 2, is going to be focused on energy efficiency, energy conservation, energy strategies, and we'll talk about renewable energies, and then put that together in perspective both for new and existing homes on how to make energy improvements in step-by-step ways, as well as considering energy in energy items even within your new plans, and where to focus your energy first to help your clients out. So that's kind of the starting place. If all you learn out of this is to go out and start making your projects more energy efficient, we think that is the gateway drug, the first step to green building. But what ends up happening is if you only focus on energy, you can make a house or a living space more unhealthy. And so that's why you have to consider health components in your energy efficient construction and renovation practices. And so we're going to go over things like indoor air quality, indoor environmental quality, comfort, acoustics, even things like accessibility and getting into some new realms like mental health, physical well-being, as well as access, which we believe all have a component to health. And then from there, usually people start to look at material components. What's going into the building? What's it made out of? How long is it going to last? Is it benefiting the local economy? Is it using recycled content? What happens to the materials at the end of their life? What's going on with waste diversion and keeping things out of the landfill during the construction process? And really important in this section, we cover some of the basics of keeping water out of a house, new and existing, because what good is an energy efficient home if it's rotting or has mold in it? So real important there. And then we're going to be moving on to water conservation strategies, probably one of our smaller modules, but very important. And water ties in really closely to the next module as well as energy. Typically water conservation can also save a lot of heated water energy, and so there's a lot of connections between the two. And then also considering water waste, and after water leaves the site, leaves the home, where is it going and what kind of impact is it having, and how can you work with your clients to reduce that. And then finally, Module 6 will cover place. Place is really about having a sense of place, understanding where your project is at as far as the community it's in, what kind of community resources are local to the project, what kind of materials and products are local to the project, what's going on with the local economy, local jurisdiction, just really having that sense of where you're at so that you can design, build, remodel, renovate a project that actually improves the area and fits in with the space rather than degrades the community and actually works against what you're trying to achieve. So real excited to also discuss this one in the context of the other 4 key categories. And then real quick, we'll get into the certifications, third-party certification programs, a little bit into code, and why these things are important to be able to, at the very least, give you the tools and resources on how to guide you to do a lot of this stuff, because a lot of it's been thought out, and it's all there for you to access. A lot of it's free, all the way to giving you a marketing strategy to help tell your story of how you are a green and sustainable business and do commit to that, so you can get essentially more clients. And then lastly, we'll be talking about the value proposition that you can help explain to your clients of why this is important, how it can increase the value of their homes, their communities, their portfolios. Some of the financing options, as we know, green building energy efficiency many times comes with a higher upfront cost. So breaking down those cost barriers with the available incentives and tools and growing strategies that are coming down the line that can help you, get your clients the financing they need. And then, of course, lastly, continuing your education beyond these basic introductions and looking at getting a formal credential or designation, just seeing what's out there to formally say, you are an educated green professional who's continuing up with the trends of green building. So some of the benefits at the end of this course, you'll instantly become qualified to use the Green Star Homes certification program. You can take the first step in your journey of becoming credentialed or designated in areas such as Certified Green Home Associates, and then professional, becoming a green rater if you're looking at doing home inspection services, becoming a home energy score assessor if you want to be able to provide that. But then ultimately, most importantly, just understanding the basics of green in the residential building and remodeling market so you can incorporate some of these aspects and become a more sustainable business and have more sustainable plans and scopes of work put together that you can use for your clients to make their homes healthier and better. And then finally, if you're looking for continuing education, you can pick those up here. So with that, I hope you will enjoy the next modules that are coming up and stick around to go through all of those. And thank you for being with us.